Let's look at the rulers and the spiritual wickedness now. I want to look at these two together because they go together. Okay, so our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and then the two that we're going to look at now, against the rulers of darkness and the spiritual wickedness. The rulers are the strongman giant kings, the Nephilim kings. And the spiritual wickedness are the giants, Nephilim spirits, in other words, the demons as we know them today. These are both Nephilim spirits, but the rulers are the king Nephilim spirits, and the spiritual wickedness are the demons as we know them today. But let's first look at what a Nephilim spirit is. The Nephilims are the giants that were on the earth in the Old Testament. When God sent the flood, the giants drowned, and the spirits who went out of their bodies, those are the Nephilim spirits. Okay, now let's look at where the giants or the Nephilims came from. Let's look at Genesis 6 verse 4. And there were giants, Nephilims, on the earth in those days before the flood, and also that after the flood. When the sons of God, when you look in the Hebrew, it says angels, rebels, and fallen angels, came in onto, in other words, slept with the daughters of men. These are human women, and they bore children to them. In other words, the fallen angels had sexual intercourse with a human woman on earth, and they bore children unto them, which were the giants. Let's read the verse further. The same, those are the children, in other words, the giants. The same became mighty men. In the Hebrew, it says giants, tyrants, and Nephilim, which were of old. That means they were there for a long time. Men of renown. In the Hebrew, it says famous, mighty, visible men, and men with authority. Those were the giants. So in other words, what happened was the fallen angels had sexual intercourse with a human woman on earth and had children by them, and these children were the giants, also called the Nephilim. These giants or Nephilims drowned in the flood, and their spirits who left their bodies are the demon spirits on earth as we know them today. Now the rulers and the spiritual wickedness are both Nephilim spirits, but the rulers are the kings, Nephilim spirits. In other words, they are the stronger ones. They are the demonic spirits that cause strongholds in a person's life. They are the strong men, which where the spiritual wickedness are also giants or Nephilim spirits, but they are the lesser demons. Okay, let me explain this to you so that you can have a better understanding of this. So, in those days, the pagan nations were ruled by kings. These kings were giant kings, not normal people. They had kings who ruled, but these kings were giants. Okay. Then there were ordinary giants as well who lived on the land, But these were not kings. They were just ordinary giants. And those are the spiritual wickedness. It's like you have a king over a country, which is a human being. And then you have the ordinary people who live in that country, who that king reign over, which are also human beings. They're all the same species. But you get the ordinary people and you get the king. Now it was the same in the Old Testament. You had the ordinary giants who lived in the land, and then you had the king giants who were also giants. They were the same species, but who ruled as kings in those pagan lands. Okay, so that is the difference between rulers and spiritual wickedness. The rulers are the kings, the strong men, demons, and the spiritual wickedness are the ordinary demons. So Satan is on top. He is over the principalities. He gives orders to the principalities. The principalities are over the powers. They give orders to the powers. The powers are over the rulers. They give orders to the rulers. And the rulers are over the spiritual wickedness, and they give orders to the spiritual wickedness. But the principalities and the powers are fallen angels, whereas the rulers and the spiritual wickedness are Nephilim spirits, in other words, demons. Then you also get Satan's workers on earth. Those are the astral travelers, witches, Satanists, etc.